Well, get another chair out. Another person will soon be added to the defense table. There are new developments in the former president's classified documents case in Florida. According to special counsel Jack Smith, the director of information technology at Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence has recanted his grand jury testimony. That employee described in the indictment not by name but as Trump Employee 4, and apparently testified that he was unaware of any effort to delete security footage at Mar-a-Lago. At the time of his grand jury appearance, his attorney was defense lawyer Stanley Woodward. Woodward at the time, though, also represented another person in the case, Trump's aide, Walt Nauta. Special counsel says Woodward's legal fees are now being paid, or were being paid, by Trump's Save America PAC. But wait, there's more. After Trump employees' 4 initial grand jury's testimony, he was told that he was being investigated on suspicion of having made false statements. So what did he do? He got his own lawyer, not a shared one with another defendant. And who became his new attorney? The court appointed to him a free lawyer, one from the Federal Public Defender's Office here in Washington, D.C. And then what happened? Well, a plea filed by special counsel Jack Smith reads in part, quote, immediately after receiving new counsel, Trump Employee 4 retracted his prior false testimony and provided information that implicated Nauta, de Oliveira, and Trump in efforts to delete security camera footage as set forth in the superseding indictment, end of quote. Criminal defense attorney David Markus joins us. Good evening.
Good evening, Greta. Nice to see you.
So, David, it sounds like they've got that a witness for that was a possible defendant has now flipped and he's going to be a government witness. Is that how you read this?
Yeah, you know, the special counsel says immediately after receiving new counsel. The way I read it is immediately after being offered a free pass, he started pointing fingers at people, which is no surprise. That's how our criminal justice system works. You coerce people and say, hey, we'll give you a free pass. You get a good deal. All you have to do is point the finger. That's what people do.
Can this trial in Florida, can they get a jury for this one, a fair jury to both sides?
Well, it's going to be tough. I mean, this is a good jurisdiction for Trump. In Fort Pierce, I think he's going to get a pretty favorable jury. If I were Trump, I would be pushing this trial before the Georgia case, before the D.C. case, where I think the juries are going to be a little bit more difficult for him. And he may be able to get a fair jury down here.
The case was initially, the arraignments were in Miami, and they got, and how is it that it got moved to Fort Pierce? I mean, is it because the judge who got assigned to the case, that's her closer to her home in that courthouse, or why was it?
Right. She's assigned to the Fort Pierce courthouse, and the case got assigned to her. Now, she could try it in Miami, but she has indicated that all future proceedings are going to be in Fort Pierce. Now, Fort Pierce is a small town in the northern part of the Southern District of Florida. So it's a strange place to have a trial. There's been very few trials up there. It's a small jurisdiction to draw a jury from. Miami would be much easier for both parties, but this is where the judge wants to do it.
When you take a look at the prosecution in Georgia, I mean, it's just beginning, but with the DA, do you have any problem with the way that the DA, Fannie Markus is handling the prosecution in Fulton County?
Yeah, you know, it's troublesome to me that she's forcing everybody to get booked and photographed. I mean, to me, why do we need that to happen? I still am a criminal defense lawyer at heart. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I like to look at what's the fair thing to do, what's good for our justice system. Why are we having these people booked? Why are we putting them through that? There's no risk of flight here. There's no danger to the community. It's really just to embarrass, humiliate, coerce people. And to me, that's not what our criminal justice system should be used for.
Well, you know, I feel like you do. I mean, it's not illegal what she's doing. You know, it's basically, for lack of a better word, it's being obnoxious because there's no reason she's holding their feet to the fire. The arraignment isn't until September 8th, and not one of them has had any indication of flight. In fact, they all are showing up before the before the 12th, or before noon on Friday. So you know, I mean, does this suggest to you that this is going to continue, that this will be the continued behavior, and is that fair?
It's one of the reasons why elections of district attorneys has always been strange to me and a lot of folks in the criminal justice system, because they're really playing to an audience. So it's difficult, right? She wants to make a big splash. She wants to get these booking photos out. Look at Twitter right now. Everybody's seeing the Rudy Giuliani booking photo. Why? Why do we have that? It seems, whether you like Rudy or hate Rudy, It's just to humiliate people and put them in a cage for a day, try to squeeze them and say, hey, you should be pleading, you should be cooperating. That's the way our criminal justice system is set up, and it's not right, Greta.
David Markus, thank you.
Thank you.
Did Vladimir Putin blow up a private plane